So when I wake up, you can imagine I'm talking. It literally get out the cold shower and I'm ready to fucking go. All right, I finished a busy day. What's good, boys? Nick Dorenzo here, and if you don't know my story, about a year ago, 2 years ago, I had the most crippling anxiety you can imagine I'm talking. It literally gave me derealization to where I didn't even feel like I was in my own body. This anxiety was so bad, and over that year, I dove into, basically dedicated my life to figuring it out and how I could get out of that hell. Because every single day was just a never-ending thought loop. And now I live my life completely stress-free every single day. It's a gift, and I have so much gratitude for my life now. But I'm going to be showing you one of the biggest factors in me making this change, which is my morning routine and my nightly routine. So, morning routine, guys. This is my morning. So I had this phase where I woke up at 4 a.m. every single day, 5 a.m. every single day. I was doing super early morning wake-ups. Now it's like 6 a.m. every single day. And the biggest thing I can tell you with the morning routine is to wake up about 30 minutes earlier than you normally would. Like 30 minutes earlier than, like, you wouldn't wake up early no matter what. So if you're waking up at normally like 10 o'clock, that's too fucking late. But like if you need to get up at 6:30 for work, wake up at 6. Just 30 minutes earlier so you take that stress off of you. And the first thing I do in the morning is I get sunlight. First thing, I'm staring at the sun to set my circadian rhythm. I look like I'm all fucked up in the head, but trust me, this is how I set my circadian rhythm. It's how I get my sunlight. It's how I get my quick energy boost first thing in the morning. I literally just stare at it. And if it's painful, don't look around it, but just like close to the sun and then boom, energy. So I go get the sunlight. It sets my circadian rhythm and it gets me real light, not blue light first thing. I don't like to get blue light first thing in the morning. I don't go on my phone, by the way, for the first, I'd say, 5 hours of the day. 5 hours of the day, yeah. I don't go on my phone for the first 5 hours of the day. Even though I post Instagram stories all day, I record it with my phone, just the video, but I don't open up social media. And after I get sunlight, I look at what I planned the day before. I use the 5-4-5 method, which is five goals that you create, and you write down your goals every single night. So I'm always reinforcing my goals, reminding myself my why, reminding myself why I started, writing down my 5 goals every single night. And along with these 5 goals, I'm writing down 5 tasks that are needle movers that get me towards those goals, from most difficult from most important to least important. And then in the morning, I write down my 4-step morning routine. Mine's 6 right now. 6-step morning routine to get me in the flow state to work on these tasks from most important to least important. And this is crucial because, I remember my worst anxiety, my worst point to where I was the most stressed, I was the most anxious, I was the most out of it. I would wake up and just be in such a negative place. I would only think negative thoughts. Now I don't think negative thoughts. I don't let myself get to that state because, boom, high frequency. But back then, I would only think negatively, and it was constant. It was a daily cycle. It was just straight negative thoughts every single day. And truthfully, the best way to get out of that is to not give your brain enough time to ever think negatively. So I wake up in the morning. I make my bed. Instantly after making my bed, I dive into my 50 push-ups. So I actually haven't made my bed yet because I was waiting for this video, but I'm just going to make my bed now. And after making my bed, I do 50 push-ups. The 50 push-ups makes me have blood oxidation, which basically just increases energy. It gets me going. It gets my blood flowing for the day. So I'll literally just go on the ground right here. I used to go outside every day, but now I just go on the ground and I'll do 50 push-ups. My next step is going to be taking the cold shower. Cold showers release as much dopamine as cocaine, but naturally. So they will change your life. The thing about the cold shower is it desensitizes your nervous system, because every time you walk up to the cold, your brain's telling you, don't do this, don't do this. And by you pushing through, and every single time you persevere through that and you see the pain, you're telling your brain not to be anxious. You're telling your brain not to be stressed. You're telling your brain to calm the fuck down. You get in that cold shower, you're ready to go, you're ready to start your day. So highly recommend cold showers every single day. And when you do cold showers, no warm first. I get in, it's 50 seconds, 50 quick seconds on my back, 50 quick seconds on my chest, and then 30 very slow seconds on my head until I get a brain freeze. Get out, I'm in heaven. So let's do that. Doing that, and then it's time to hydrate. We get hydrate the fuck up. But before I get in the cold shower, actually what I usually do is I journal. So my journaling consists of me just writing down quick thoughts, like how I'm feeling, what's going on today, and then I reinforce myself that I'm a one of one. I don't think negative thoughts. I hold myself to, I write down all my goals, and I don't say my goals as I will. I say my goals as I am and I have and I intend. And then I do a quick meditation before I get in the shower. It has to be after the push-ups, because if I don't do the blood oxidation before I do the push-ups, before I do the meditation, I will like fall back asleep just doing this. I won't be able to focus. It'll just be, I'm not gonna wake enough. So sun, blood oxidation, boom, you're ready for the meditation, 5-10 minutes. I literally just, I'll just do a time lapse of me meditating. All right, and then real quick about supplements I take. A lot of people ask me, what supplements do you take? What do you do? The thing is, I don't drink any caffeine, zero caffeine. I don't even mess with caffeine at all. I'm talking I have found the ability to have the most sustained amount of energy. Basically, I haven't watched porn or anything in over a year. My brain's energy is through the roof. My dopamine's all centered. I get a lot of natural energy. Vitamin D, creatine. I take magnesium for sleep, but I'll get to why I take that later on in the nightly routine. But magnesium, creatine, vitamin D, and Shilajit, and hydrogen water if you want to count that. But Shilajit's the secret weapon in my opinion. It regulates your cortisol, keeps you good focus. For me, it's done wonders in just everything. Me mentally feeling great. But focus and all of that, Shilajit's the wave, and for stress, it's the fucking wave. So take those. But now it's time to take the cold shower and hydrate, and then we're ready to start our day. Dive into our tasks that we have to do for the day. So basically, the more routine, I get out the cold shower and I'm ready to fucking go. And the biggest thing I can tell you guys is to repeat to yourself. If you guys want to ask me what this is, I wake up motivated and I am a one of one. I can't think negative thoughts. That's what I say to myself every morning, because that is the title I'm going to hold for myself. I'm not going to wake up and say I have anxiety. It's not real. You wake up with the ability to be whoever you want in this life. And if you want to say to yourself that you are an anxious person, then that's real. You are an anxious person. But if you want to live by the ideology that you can't feel stress and that you don't think negative thoughts, and that you might think a negative thought, but the second, third, and fourth, fifth thought aren't negative, that's your new ideology. You can't think negative thoughts. So start holding yourself to that. I wake up with that. I don't think negatively. I can't think negatively. In fact, I will never think negatively because I'm a one of one. That's literally the ideology you need to mold yourself every single day. You need to hold yourself to the standard of I won't think negatively. And then just detach. It's all about detaching and living in a state of transurfing at all times. If you guys are on my Instagram right now, I'm reading reality transurfing to the Instagram story, and it's changing so many people's lives right now. So we're about to start off our day, and I'll catch you guys for the nightly routine. I'll talk to you about my day. All right, I finished a busy day today. What I did today was, 1, I had a few client calls. 2, I got 25K steps in, so I did a lot of walking. 3, I hit legs, completely smashed the gym with hitting all my meals and etc. 4, what did I do? 4, work. A productive day. It was a productive day to say the least, and I got a lot of. Oh, I actually worked on my program that I'm releasing next Tuesday for all my clients. Very, very exciting. It's a whole new thing, but nonetheless, let's dive in on the nightly routine. So for the nightly routine, I keep it basic. I keep it simple. I keep it easy to stick to. It's easy to understand. Easy to just digest. What it is. So for the longest time, I was always stressed. I was always stressed out. And I'd go to bed and I'd be up for days. I'd be up all night. I'd be up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., stuck on a thought, stuck thinking. So an hour before I go to bed, I shut everything off. And I take my magnesium glycinate. Better than any supplement you can take for sleep. And stress all of that. Take it with enough time before bed. And then after that, I'll shut everything off and I'll just start winding down. You know, I'll throw on some blue light glasses. I can't find mine right now. They're somewhere across the room. Throw on some blue light glasses. And from there, I'll just put my phone away and I'll start a warm shower. So I take a nice long warm shower and I try to think as much as possible. So I'm constantly thinking. I'm constantly getting every single thought in my head, because when you go to bed and your thoughts start thinking, your thoughts start coming up, you start to almost keep yourself up because you let all those subconscious thoughts wait till you go to bed. So I start the warm shower. I'm thinking. I take a long warm shower, to be honest. I get out that shower and I'll either meditate before or after I get in the showers. Usually before. But so I meditate, completely fill out all those thoughts. Warm shower. Then I from there I'm coming to my journal and I'm writing out my whole entire day for tomorrow. You could, not my whole entire day, but the morning routine, the tasks, and my goals. The 5-4-5. Writing down the morning routine and on the goals. I'm just rewriting them to reinforce them because I cross them off every single day. And then I'm writing down my 5. Right now it's like 7 goals. And I write them down saying I am and I have. And every single night I'm rewriting these goals. And then I'll like read the Bible and I'll go to bed. I'll pray a little bit, go to bed. One of the two of those, but I'm making sure that I'm winding down. I am completely eliminating the thoughts from my brain. So when I go to bed, I don't stay up all night just drifting and thinking thoughts that I could have thought out earlier. So this is the biggest thing you can do to reduce stress before bed, is just to completely eliminate that landfill. And the more thoughts you can get out before bed, just think as much as possible. The more you're going to go lights out, the more you're going to be able to fall asleep, the easier it's going to be. So, that's my nightly routine, guys. And the biggest thing I can tell you guys is to stay consistent with this nightly routine. Stay consistent with the morning wake up. Stay consistent with desensitizing your nervous system when you get in a cool shower and you go up to what your brain tells you not to do and you do it anyways. Do that every single day. All these things I'm telling you, they're valuable because it's what saved my life. So by being consistent with this, you're maximizing good sleep, you're getting good energy, you're consistent, and consistency does good to your brain because your brain recognizes it. And you're constantly putting yourself through uncomfort. When the cool shower's not cool enough, you get pissed. You're seeking uncomfort. And the gym teaches you that. All these things help desensitize your nervous system. It helps you eliminate all stress and anxiety from your life. So I'm going to go to bed now. Get good sleep. We got a lot coming. We got so many valuable videos coming. If you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, just see the content I'm making there. Lots and lots of value. Link's going to be in the bio. But I'll catch you boys in the next video. Peace.